Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yashala, Koholoim La, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Chachadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say thwada to other H.I.M, Akwa, that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. I just wanted to just touch on, women being an authority. It's scriptural that they're not supposed to be an authority and usurping authority over the men. I'll put it that way. Now this is UK's Truss quits after turmoil obliterated her authority. Now she's only been there 6 weeks, and it's the same lady that was just weeks ago talking about she will push a nuclear button. Looking crazy as hell, looking like she straight said she will push a nuclear button without thinking about it if it came down to it. You see? So I wanted to get her, and it's another article that I wanted to get to just show that, women are, really emotional, man. And a lot of men are these days because they're being raised up by emotional women. A lot of men are very, very emotional and effeminate acting because there's no male in the home. They don't have that resolve of a man speaking to another man, without getting bitchy. You can disagree and have a disagreement and still go out to lunch. You see what I'm saying? But in this society, the men are being raised by their grandmamas, big mama, aunties. They got their sisters influencing their lives, and they just got a lot of emotional tendencies because they're picking up on those traits from those women because there are no uncles around. Their dad is definitely not around. Granddad is not around. You see what I'm saying? So they're not getting the full potential of being a man from men. You see? But I just get a little bit of this. I'm not going to keep this long, but she's gone already. 6 weeks. She made history. British Prime Minister Liz Truss resigned Thursday, bowing to the inevitable. After a tumultuous 6-week term, she only served 6 weeks, man, in which her policies triggered turmoil in financial markets and a rebellion in her party obliterated her authority. She said, "I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected." Just a day earlier, Truss had vowed to stay in power, saying she was a fighter and not a quitter. But Truss couldn't hold on any longer after a senior minister quit her government with a barrage of criticism, and a vote in the House of Commons descended into chaos and acrimony just days after she forced to abandon many of her economic policies. Her departure leaves a divided Conservative Party seeking a leader who can unify its warring factors. The growing number of lawmakers had called for Truss to resign after weeks of turmoil sparked by her economic plan. The plan, unveiled by the government last month, triggered financial turmoil and political crisis that has seen the replacement of Truss Treasury Chief, multiple policy U-turns, and in breakdowns of discipline in the governing Conservative Party. Just not fit to be there, man. That's just overall what it is. Not fit to be there. You couldn't handle it. I mean, it is what it is. A growing number of conservative members of parliament had called Thursday for her to step down and end the chaos. It's time for the prime minister to go, lawmaker Miriam Kate said. Another Steve Double said of Truss, "She isn't up to the job, sadly." Legislator Ruth Edwards said, it is not responsible for the party to allow her to remain in power. And it's a whole bunch of women in there. And that's the reason why you got a lot of that chaos, because most of these women, these right here were women that were pretty much talking shit about her. So, you got women, you got them gossiping, then, look at what she's wearing. Or did you see her hairdo? Did you, a bunch of same shit that goes on in the Christian church. But anyway, let's get the next article and I'll grab a quick scripture. Now, here's one right here with an E name. Oh, my goodness. Pinkey Carr. Cleveland Municipal Court Judge Pinkey Carr removed from bench, suspended by Ohio Supreme Court. Now, let's see why she's suspended. Anybody with a name like Pinkey, man, and I don't mean to be that way, but if your parents name you Pinkey, more likely her mama named her this shit, then you got to know that she comes from maybe possibly, there's a good chance that she comes from a disruptive ass family, man. With a mama, she probably grew up with mama, grandmama, big mama, because she's in this damn court acting like she's just at her house. Well, let's get some of it. On Tuesday, the Ohio Supreme Court issued an opinion removing Judge Pinkey S. Carr from her Cleveland Municipal Court bench, where she has served for more than a decade due to her more than 100 incidents of misconduct going back several years. And see, a lot of these judges get away with a lot of this stuff, man. And these women judges are very, very emotional, man. Some of the worst judges to go before, and that goes for you women too. So you can say what you want about me right now, but if you go before a woman judge, you best believe you can go to jail. Them women judges, they have a whole different mindset than a male judge. I'm just saying. It says Burkhalter is one of the dozens of Clevelanders to accuse Judge Pinkey Carr of misconduct during her hearings. Burkhalter says the judge ignored her evidence in a bankruptcy case. I felt almost less than human, honestly, and I felt hopeless about it, she added. But she has a spark of hope. Okay, let's get to the point. But they had a 5-2 ruling. The justices said Carr unprecedented behavior. So two of them judges, they agreed that she should stay in power with the shit that she was doing, including sending someone to jail for rolling their eyes. I told you, hey, you women, you know who was rolling their eyes. You see, you may not like that somebody roll their eyes, but that's no reason to send them to jail, and that's not a law. There's no law that says you can't roll your eyes. Now, is it wise to do it? No, it's not wise to do it. But you can't send, it says demonstrated her abuse of power. The justices also regarded the former judge's reasoning behind her actions. Now, check it out. Her defense for her misbehavior, menopause, and sleep apnea caused a generalized anxiety disorder. So you in there with menopause? You having a different episode every day? Then you in here judging people with your attitude changing up as the day goes on. You feeling okay when you first wake up, and then by the time you get there, you honking your horn, trying to get you in traffic, you aggravated. You know, you had an argument with your damn husband the night before. I'm going to get his ass when I get home. The kids on your damn nerves. You got other things going on. And then you get to court and you judging people. Come on, man. It says, well, we're disappointed in that. Carr's attorney, Rich Koblenz, told the News 5 after an OSC decision she was not being appropriately treated for those conditions. Hey, come on, man. Now, and you know these judges set it up where, okay, you go and do this, you go and do that, you go see this doctor, you get a doctor's note for this, and you get a doctor's note for that, and I can present it before the judge, and I can, so they give you a blueprint. They know these people fucked up, but they can give you a blueprint as to how to keep your job fucked up. Anyway, let's get off, because this is quite a long story. I don't want to read all of it. I just wanted to get off into the fact that she shouldn't be here to begin with. I wanted to get to some of the things that she was fucking doing. It says a 58-page report detailed the multiple instances of Carr's misconduct and put everything into 5 categories. Issuance of copiousness and false statements, ex parte, and you can see all this shit is, what is this, Latin, communications, improper plea bargaining, arbitrary dispositions, improper use of capiases and bond to compel payment of fines and court costs. She was doing all kinds of shit, man, when I was reading through it. Okay, it says during the start of the pandemic, when the courthouse activity was suspended, she didn't reschedule her cases and issue warrants for defendants who failed to appear. She rewarded defendants who did appear by waiving fines. See? And she was more likely doing a lot of this to Jake's, man. A lot of her own people. Lied to 2 media outlets, claimed she had not issued warrants for people who did not come to court. Routinely conducting hearings without the prosecutors present. to avoid compliance with procedural safeguards without interference from the city's legal counsel. She recommended pleas to unprecedented defendants with no prosecutor present. Accepted pleas without explanation or discussion. Routinely dismissed cases after unilaterally entering no contest pleas on behalf of defendants, and waived fines and costs without inquiry as to defendants' ability to pay. Ignored the court's established procedures to set up contracts to pay fines and costs at the time of sentencing. Set her own ability to pay hearings without notifying the defendant or clerk's office. Then would issue a copyist order ordering the arrest of the defendant and set a bond. Says she wore inappropriate clothing in her courtroom, including t-shirts, shorts, tank tops, and sneakers. That sounds like a Pinkey to me. Pinkey. Made frequent references to Paradise Valley, a Starz television series about a Mississippi strip club, when speaking with her staff and defendants, all this while lawyers and their clients waited to have their matters resolved and public watched. That's crazy. Routinely spoke in an undignified manner, made jokes about accepting bribes and kickbacks from defendants. She's just doing it all, man. Doing it all. So basically they suspended her for 2 years, just cliff notes on it. 2 years with no pay. But there was a Supreme Court ruling said that she's suspended indefinitely. So she may not be coming back, but she can't reapply for her law license until another 2 years. So now in the meanwhile, after all that shit she done, she's going to be out of that particular job for at least 2 years. Now, her lawyer tells her to go and do this, go do that, go to the doctor, get these doctor reports, and then go reapply. And, more than likely, who knows, with this fucked up place, she'll be back. She'll be back and fucking up again. She all at the strip club. She coming to court. Who comes to court with some... Now, the judge reprimand your ass for how you walk in there looking. And she's walking into the court with tank tops and shorts and shit on. Probably showing her ass cheeks and everything. Come on, man. Come on. These are not the positions, man, that women should be having. Like, it's just straight up, man. And there's nothing, against the women. It's just, hey, this is scriptural. We got to go with the scriptures, man. Well, let me just get that real quick and I'm going to end out. 1 Timothy 2, verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. In the NLT over here, it says, I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. Let them listen quietly. So she shouldn't be in a court sitting up on a panel with menopause telling some man what to do or how he's going to pay some money or, sending him to jail. She shouldn't be there. But here in these Americas, that's how you know the so-called white man is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. This guy allows everything to go on that the scripture says not to. But he'll tell you in the same breath that he's a Christian. You see what I'm saying? And that British lady over there, them Christians too. They'll swear in on a Bible. Here you go. You got a bunch of emotional women talking about, oh, she's got to go. She's got to go. You in there 6 weeks. You done broke a record for being a prime minister with the shortest term ever. Anyway, I just wanted to just bring this out. Hey, look, you women that are in this truth, hey, stay in your places, man. And do what the Lord said to do, because you'll be blessed like that. You start getting outside of that. I mean, I understand, hey, we're living in captivity. You got to go work. You know what I'm saying? You got to go and do a job, this, that, and the third. But keep these scriptures in mind, man. Keep these scriptures in mind and don't OD with the authority that you have. That, because the Lord, he'll set you up. He'll set you up real good. Now, you best believe this lady right here, she gonna miss that money, because hey, them judges get paid pretty decent. 2 years? And from the way that they saying the shit that she was doing, she probably has no savings. Who knows though? She could own a few properties. Well, who knows? But from the shit that's listed here, She'll be broke in 2 years, man. If she even has some savings. And I honestly believe, I would have to say from this whole hookup that she's not that type of person. Unless she got a husband, which she probably more like. She probably got a husband. You know, some of these guys that deal with these authoritative women like that, man. I'm a judge. You can't tell me you know, that power just go to the head. It's, you know, you have to really be into, if you're not into these scriptures, you're not going to handle a job like that well, whether you're a male or female, to just be honest. You're not going to handle it well. Because there's men judges too that's just out of control, man. But these women, the ones that I've been before, were happy. Come on, man. Come on. Shit, you can look at court TV. The ones that's on TV, you know, for what realistic part of it is, you know. But look at a Judge Judy. I've never been able to watch an episode of Judge Judy because that bitch she just irks me off the jump. Every time I had to turn the channel immediately. I cannot watch her. Just her face, her facial expressions, you know, her just cutting people off and not hearing, you know, well, hold up, aren't you supposed to be hearing out the case? Now, you know, and she may do a lot of that for TV, but who knows? I mean, but you know, your Judge Hatchets, your especially all these black lady judge shows, your divorce court, your people's court, it's all kind of your paternity court. They even got a judge. I can't even think what the name of that one is. With this obese so-called black woman and her husband. No, that might be a divorce court type of hookup where they litigate. They both judges and they sitting there together, you know, and judging people. Like, man, get out of here, man. Come on, man. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.